Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of Dead. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another issue of White Dwarf magazine. Now, as per usual, with all the videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys, and it goes a long way to help the channel too. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So, this month we're on White Dwarf issue 467. It's adorned by the good old the new Stormcast Eternals and the Cruel Boys from the newest edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And yeah, there's going to be a lot to go through. So we've got some stuff to do with Sons of Behemat, a Warhammer crime short story, tactics for Warhammer Underworlds, designers notes and heavy metal as well, and a load of other bits and pieces. So really good stuff. Without further ado, let's crack in. So we're going to start off in the usual section. So starting off with Contact. So we have some awesome painted models that have been sent into the magazine. So we have an awesome Light of Elfarion, which looks absolutely spectacular and it really stands out. It's a really cool looking model. We have some very earthy looking Scream of Tzeentch just there as well, which look really cool. An awesome Ogre Tyrant and a really cool Noxious Blightbringer and Plague Marine as well, which look pretty damn good. And then on the other page we have an awesome, slightly kit bashed good old Mega Gargant, which it's always nice to see some more Mega Gargants. This one's been kit bashed up to have a big massive kind of stone sword essentially, as well as having part of the some bits and pieces from the from good old 40k as well, from the Imperial Knight as well, that have been cut to shape to fit it. So it's kind of like he's used lots of bits and pieces to kind of armour himself up a little bit, and the tabards as well on the back, which look really cool. We've got some other awesome bits and pieces as well. So we've got an awesome Jacob Bugmanson, or Jacob Bugmanson, if you want to call him Jacob Bugmanson, the Caradron Overlord for Christmas model, which came out last year, which I've already got one. I've got one of them and I've got it painted up. It's a really cool model. It was really good fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do for this Christmas as well. And then we also have Worlds of Warhammer as well, so going into more of the Age of Sigmar stuff, including the new scenery bits and pieces as well, which is always really good to see. I do like these scenery bits, they look quite nice. I think I might need to pick myself up some at some point very soon. And then moving on, of course, we're greeted by the Age of Sigmar. White Dwarf so far, up until this month, hadn't touched on the new edition of Age of Sigmar, so here it is. So awesome, really cool bits and pieces. So we have the Noble and the Cruel, and of course the Dominion box being packed full of awesome Warhammer models that were they were very excited to take a closer look at. And they borrowed a handful of miniatures from the designers as well. So we have an awesome Indrasta Celestial Spear. I did a painting video of it not long ago, so if you can, feel free to check that out. And of course the new Lord Imperatant with the Gryph-hound, as well as a lot of the other bits and pieces as well. The new Stormcast Eternals, the Praetors, the Knight Orcanum, Knight Vexlor, the Vindicators, the Annihilators. Awesome units, really cool Stormcast Eternals. I do like the new Thunderstrike armour, it looks really good. And it has a bit more of a unique look to it. I like the fact that a lot more of them have helmetless features as well. So it makes them stand out a lot better, makes them look a lot cooler, and you can add a lot more detail to it, so you can go down different routes. So you can have them tattooed up, you can have a few little bits and pieces to try and display where your models come from and their kind of history and backstory within the mortal realms, which is always really good. Then we've got, of course, the Cruel Boys, which of course are really awesome models. So we've got that Killer Boss on the Great Gnashtooth. We have the awesome Killer Boss and Stab Grot as well, which I do really love, and I need to get mine painted up sometime very soon, because I've been a bit lax with it. And of course we had that awesome Swamp Caller Shaman and Pot Grot as well, which I also did a painting video on that, which feel free to check out. Then we've got the Merc Knob with Belcher Banner. And then we have Gut Rippers, the Hobgrot Slitters, and of course the Manskewer Bolt Boys at the top, which are a really cool feature as well, and really good orcs. I do like these orcs. I don't normally care that much for orc kind of features and characters and units, but in this new edition of Age of Sigmar, I can really learn to love these guys. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And of course, there's a bit of a painting guide of how to paint up your killer boss on the Gnashtooth, and of course Indrasta the Celestial Spear, the heavy metal ones as well. So these are your tips and tricks and all the different colours that you're going to use. If you do paint it up like this is going to be a time consuming process. Do not rush it, but fantastic bits and pieces here, and really cool to see as well. The wings look fantastic. Mine don't look quite that good, but them wings are absolutely amazing, and they do look like they genuinely are feathered as well. And we also have information on hobgrots as well, so if you want to paint up your hobgrots, which I must admit I need to paint up, so this is a pretty little handy tip for me really, of how I could possibly go around doing it. So really good stuff. I'm really enjoying this magazine. This issue is really good stuff, and just stands out a lot better. It makes it really cool, makes it really unique, and it's nice to see the newest Age of Sigmar edition in the magazine. Continuing on with Warhammer Age of Sigmar, there is the War at Amberstone Watch. So we have some pretty cool bits and pieces for one of the battle reports, the first battle report from the newest edition of Age of Sigmar as well, which is always really cool as well, and definitely a nice one. So of course we've got the full armies from the box set to get going with these. The idea is behind it is literally have a bit of fun with it, enjoy what you're doing, have fun with it, and get on with it. So you are going to have a few extra, if you want to play the same battle, you would need a few extras. So you would need the extra hobgrots from the looks of it, and manskew about bolt boys as well. But you can get some really cool bits and pieces on this, which is really good. The battle report plays out pretty well as well. It looks really good fun. I must admit, I like some of the little bits of scenery that we've added there as well. So we've got like a kind of like the roots of a tree going up into a base, and then there's like a little hole in it, or a little pond or swamp or something like that, and these little swamps are just dotted around, which make them look really cool. Part of me does wonder if they are going to release little swamps for the unique scenery for the Cruel Boys, which actually would be a very good idea for them to do, because it adds to your scattered terrain and bits and pieces that you can use as well, which would be really good fun. So far the battle report carries on. Round 1 ends with 5-5, so it is currently a draw going all the way through it. Indrasta is also having a good battle at the top there as well, going up against some of the stabbers at the top, and probably coming out triumphant because it's Indrasta, the Celestial Spear, and she's a tough bugger. Then you've got some going through, so you got going all the way through to being 7-10 at the end of round 2, and continuing on, the Stormcaster kind of look like they're running away with it here as well. They look like they're really ploughing on and getting through, and they really did. So the Stormcaster Eternals finished 28 victory points to 14 for the Cruel Boys. Really good stuff. It's a nice battle report to read through as well. It's good fun. Have a good read of it if you pick up this month's magazine. Moving into the Tale of Four Warlords. It's something I always like to have a look of, and there's some really awesome armies that get displayed on here. So we have some awesome Lumineth Realm Lords, Slaves to Darkness, Cities of Sigmar, and the Head Knights of Slaanesh as well. And let's have a closer look. So the Lumineth Realm Lords, there's actually not a massive amount of them from the looks of it, but they are some really cool units. The bases are pretty unique as well, which look really cool, and have a really unique look to them, which I do kind of like. It's quite interesting. It's a bit of a unusual one, but it looks like there's a lot of power going through the ground as well. Kind of like a power nexus, and like they're drawing power from the earth, which the Lumineth kind of do really. They are very spiritual in that way. The good old Slaves to Darkness are very kind of golden a lot of the time in this army, but they look really good as well. So there's a lot going on, so there's a lot of snow being used and stuff like that as well, which makes it stand out a lot better, makes it look really good, and I do really like them. The way they look pretty cool. The Cities of Sigmar look really nice. They have a really nice look. They are mainly the elves and a couple of endless spells in there as well. So there is the Quicksilver Swords and Malevolent Maelstrom as well. There are Tree Revenants, there are Sisters of Watch, there are Dark Shards, Phoenix Guard, Anointed on Frostheart Phoenix, and of course one of Sorceresses as well, and of course one of the Princes, which just looks really, really cool. But they look really good. They look really, really nice. And they are very, very well done, which is always very, very nice. They also have a kit bashed one, which has one of the shields from the Venari Warden, and, you know, instead of having a spear, it's got a scythe, which looks a bit more unusual for an elf, which looks pretty cool. And then your Head Knights of Slaanesh. So you have one of the Keeper of Secrets, a Lord of Pain, Demonettes, Painbringers, Blissbarb Archers and Fiends going through there as well. And they look really, really cool. But it's a very nice, unique look. The Keeper of Secrets looks absolutely fantastic as well. It's a very well done in kind of getting that shadow right for the model as well, which makes it look really, really cool. It makes it stand out a lot better as well, which is always very, very nice to see, in all honesty. So there's the full armies. So your defenders of Mount Avonlore, Ume Nans, Wrath, I'm presuming I'm pronouncing that completely wrong, and then of course you've got your Head Knights for Host of Excess and the Order of Mordor. Not Mordor. Mordor's the wrong franchise. But yeah, really, really good stuff. I love looking at this type of stuff. The armies look fantastic a lot of the time, so they have a really, really unique look and a really cool look behind them a lot of the time, and they are really, really good. Not as much 40k going on with this issue, but I did want to have a look at the Necromunda. So there are some updated rules for good old Necromunda, which I do have a weird soft spot for. I do like the look of Necromunda. It looks a lot more fun and looks very interesting, and I probably will pick myself up some at some point because they look very unique. Now, the thing with Necromunda that I do really, really like, and the fact that they are kind of updating rules to things like field tests, rogues and stuff like that as well, make them look pretty damn cool and has a unique look. The models themselves are fantastic, so you have this cool look for them, this kind of like futuristic, kind of steampunky, cyberpunk style look behind a lot of the units, and then some of them just look absolutely brutish and thuggish and look like they would really, really beat you up if you bumped into them down a dark alley type of characters, and they look really, really good. Quite impressive. I probably will pick myself up some, and if I do pick myself up some, do you want me to do a painting video? That's going to be the bigger question. If I pick up some good old Necromunda boxes, would you watch a painting video of how I paint them up? Fingers crossed you do. And now we're into the end bit of the magazine, so inside the studio. So as I say, not a lot of 40k going on with this issue that I thought was really, really interesting for me to do a video for. If you're interested in it, there is a small section, doesn't go on for very long, but some really, really decent bits and pieces to read through. But on the back page, Blood Bowl. I do have a really, really soft spot for Blood Bowl. So there are these hate breeders. They are the undead team. I've got these guys. I really, really like them. They're fantastic. A couple of zombies in there. There's some skellies. A couple of mummified zombie ogre type is your big guys. And then you also have a couple of good old crypt horrors as well, which is really, really cool. Really, really nice team. That team is also really, really cool. I do really, really like the Wood Elf team. It looks unique. It looks very, very interesting, especially having it all in that colour, which makes it stand out a bit better than normal and is really good. I do like that. And then your back pages. So there is an awesome Lord of War or Behemoth just at the back there. Whatever you want to call it. Really, really good. I do like the big, massive walkers. Although they are really expensive, so I don't think I'll be buying one anytime soon. And then we've got some really cool Space Marines as well, the Raven's Watch chapter of Space Marines as well at the back here, which look really good. The next issue is on sale on the 17th of September. I will pick it up, I will do a video on it, and and hopefully we'll see a lot more stuff. But of course, we're going through kill teams as well, which will be really, really good. And that's it. So, pretty decent issue of good old White Dwarf. A lot of Age of Sigmar in there as well, obviously going through the newest edition and bits and pieces to do with that. Really good reading though, and I really, really did enjoy this magazine. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the magazine, what you think about the videos. If you want to talk any other Warhammer, drop me a comment down below and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye now.